Well, May has been a very, very good month, and the last week of May, this week, went out with a boom. It has been a fantastic week. Ring the register. Let's talk about it here on Friday after the bell. Greetings, greetings, and salutations, all my brothers and sisters of the stock trading world out there. And I hope you had a fantastic week. Welcome into Friday After the Bell. And I'm telling you, if you've been watching us, if you've been listening to anything we've been saying, then your last week was just an absolute crushing it great week. We had stocks just being face rippers and everything else. But let's get into this recap. I'm telling you what, May was a very strong month. And June traditionally is bullish, and so is July traditionally bullish. 2, 3, 4% in each index, but hey, it still looks like it's going up. And with strong IPOs coming out like SpaceX and Anthropic and these things, it's going to hold a lot of interest in the market. And I think it could even run through August. We'll see how it goes, but there's no real signs of it turning around at the moment beyond a huge catalyst of some nature. But this week we've had the SPY up about 2%, the QQQs up about 3%, the Russell or the IWM, the small cap index, they look like they're going to be up about 2.5%. So a great week across the boards. Nothing spectacular. It's just this nice slow grind higher. I like it. And it gives you opportunity both ways. If the market's only up 2%, you can better believe if you're a bear, there's some plays out there for you. But you just only hear about the big crazy going upwards. And the big thing is next week in the June no PDT after June 4th. It is fantastic. You small traders, God bless you. I am so happy for you. You can do so many things and experiment with different ways and close trades whenever you want. I am so jealous. It has been a pain in the hind end for people under a $25,000 account. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And we'll do a special video. We already have one video about the PDT rules, so check them out. It's going to be a great time. And you'll be, yes, allowed to trade as you should have in the beginning, right from the start. But hey, let's talk about this. The market's been up for 8 weeks, I think, in a row. That's fantastic. As we said, we look for it to be up, probably, 6 of the next 8 that's coming up, even maybe all 8. But let's talk about our stocks. Let's talk about the watch list we've been looking at. And if you go back and check the tape, man, we have just been tearing it up. And let's look here at the closing of what we've got for May. We have Rocket Labs. That is up yet another 6%, 72% for the month. Fly up another 4%, 32% for the month. And last week we did a special thing to try to tell you about all these quantum stocks that just got into the government portfolio. And one of them that I have been running for a long time, and I'm so glad to hear it got in there, is Rigetti. Rigetti has been a great stock. It has good premium on it all the time. It is very manageable, and Rigetti is up another 4%, but it went up 40% Thursday and Friday. So 44% in basically a week. Absolutely great. We've been cashing out puts on them. We've got puts rolling on them. It's a fantastic opportunity. Also, in that same field, you got QBTS. You got them up another 5%. IBM is up 12%. But curiously enough, of those government people that got all the government money, GFS is down. Now, that could be an opportunity showing you that you can get in at a 7% dip right now. So, keep an eye on that. It could dip a little bit lower, but right now 7% down. I'm telling you, if the government give them money, they're not just going to watch them fall to the floor. So that is something to keep an eye on. If you're looking for an opportunity to get in, could be an opportunity. But there's so many other plays going on, you really don't need it. But let's get down to the point. We've been talking about drone stocks, and I've been begging you to get into drone stocks or keep an eye on them, don't watch them. I mean, I really don't tell you anything because this isn't financial advice, and I'm not a financial advisor. But I said drone stocks are going to start following along with these rocket stocks, and sure enough, they have been. We've been cashing out puts as it was. And I told the small traders out there, or the smaller account people, that there is maybe 3 plays, ONDS, UMAC, and ARCAT have all been good for the small plays. But let's take a look at what they did this week. ONDS up 30%. ARCAT up 55% this week. 55% this week. UMAC, forget about it. UMAC up 65% for the week. That is insane because the government said something about the drones and they've already been dabbling in that, and man, they took off. But that doesn't mean you're out of luck. There's still plays, and every one of these things we still mentioned, they're still on our watch list. They're still part of our plays. I mean, the rockets are going to continue all the way through the SpaceX IPO and beyond, as long as it buoys up the rest of the people. A rising tide lifts all boats. So you're going to have them run through at least the middle of July. When we're looking at drones, exactly the same thing. And if the drones catch a tailwind, they'll be able to take off it maybe to September and beyond. And then we've been looking at the financials, and the financials showed a little crack in their armor. So let me give you another stock that I've been watching, SoFi. SoFi has shown a little bit of life and a little bit of resilience this week in the financial sector. So I would recommend keeping an eye on SoFi. I've already got in my puts. I've already done my thing because I believe that it's showing me enough life to where it's going to start climbing back up. And SoFi really likes to ride around that $26, $28 range. It's running right now at $18. It's just pulled back, or it's just pulled out of that $16 dip. So keep an eye on it. Great play. And even if you get caught and get put the stock in SoFi, it's a great wheel strategy stock. So you may just want to keep on holding it and just keep running the wheel strategy on SoFi from here to eternity. But what we want to do is we want to make sure, and we want to stay the course. You've got the plays, you've got what we've been looking at, you've got the watch list that we've been talking about. Go back and look at them. There's even more stocks that we mentioned today, but keep on those quantum stocks, keep on your drone stocks, look at your rocket stocks. Don't just go blindly into anything. Play it by ear. You want to make sure you're setting these things up right. You're picking the right stocks to use. You're picking the right stocks to run. But hey, man, it's been an absolute. Their cash register's been ringing, and I invite you to come on in and get some because the water's fine and there's plenty for everybody. There's a couple of other new items that I want to give to the small trader or the big trader if you like trading them. Is SoundHound and Serve Robotics. These two stocks really are small stocks now. They started out at $8, and I was playing with them, and then they went up to about $20, and now they're back down to $8. But they're really good for running the wheel and small strategies on because at this $8, $9 range, they don't move a whole lot. Yes, they could go parabolic and run huge in one day up, so don't be running any kind of naked calls on them. But anything else, your puts and your strangles or, your covered strangles or even your Jade Dragons. Watch that video. Jade Dragons are great to run right here too as well if you get put to stock. So there's a couple of good plays right there. Serve Robotics and SoundHound. I'm not saying we're not talking here. We're talking options. We're not talking about, stocks going parabolic, even though, things like UMAC and ARCAD have been face rippers and Rocket Labs have just been going crazy. That's not really our focus here. What we're focusing on is running options on these things. So, we're not saying that it's going to run up 50% and you're going to be able to cash out. We're saying run options on these stocks because that's the play, because that's what we do. And one other one, if you'd like to be a little bit more risky, get a little dip out there, into the wild side, ELF. ELF is a very good stock to run option strategies on when it's down here for the $50 to $55 range. It doesn't like to hang out there, and it usually likes to pivot off the $50, $55 range and jump up there to about that $80 range, maybe $75, hang out for a while, and then come back down. But right now it's at the $50, $55 range. I've already got a Condors in there or whatever, but it's a great time to look at that, and it gets you out of the norm that we're used to looking at. Hey, that's a completely out of the tech sector as far as you can go and everything else. So it's good to have a little bit of diversity. But just keep those ones in mind. Keep the ones on a watch list and keep watching them. Keep putting your plays in. Just keep ringing the register, man. These things are paying out. So watch the video again. Make sure you've got all the names down. Look at them. Set up your strategy. Get there Sunday night before the market starts getting going, and say, hey, I'm going to look at all these strategies. I want to see how the market opens up here late Sunday, and we're going to get at it on Monday. We're going to go in with a plan, and we're going to have the victory. But I tell you what, let me tell you a little something about how to pick your options, how to pick the stock, if you've ever wondered. And if you've ever been, have analysis paralysis and don't know what to do and don't know which way to go or which direction to move on stocks, and you're confused by, hey, the chart's telling me this, or should I look at a long-term viewpoint in these options? watch the next video. The next video is going to make it super clear on exactly how you should be trading options and what you don't need, and how you can get rid of all this fluff and just focus on three things that'll get you to the option promised land, so to speak. So I appreciate you coming in this week. I want you to have a great weekend, man. It's been a beautiful May. I hope you made a bunch of money. I hope you keep that register ringing, and I hope you have a great time this weekend. We'll see you next round here on Friday after the bell. Cheers.